it's Preptober. Should I put this over with the blue? That's right, the best time of year is here. We have Preptober, we have Halloween, we have NaNoWriMo. All of them are coming up, and for the first time, and I think potentially ever, or at least in a really long time, I'm actually going to try to fully prep. Usually I just tend to know what story I'm gonna work on, sometimes not even that, and sort of have like the beginning and the end figured out with like a handful of plot points in the middle before I start writing on November 1st. Not this year. So today's video is going to be all about choosing a project to work on for NaNoWriMo and then choosing your non-word count based goal that you want to achieve during November. Since, you know, most of your prepping sort of depends on what you will be prepping, right? Okay, so step one, choose a project. And the worst kept secret of all time, I'm happy to announce that I will be returning to Project Death. Those of y'all who have been watching this channel since this year's April's Camp NaNoWriMo will remember that I wrote a zero draft of Project Death and I actually got 40,000 words in it, much to my surprise when I was looking back on it just a couple weeks ago. I thought I only got 20,000, but no, I had 40,000 words in that project. But the thing about my zero drafts, right, is that they're not great. Not in the like the words are bad kind of way, but in the way that I often write myself into corners and or don't really know what story I'm trying to tell until I've told 40,000 words of it. And or just want to change up a lot of the characters, maybe push some together, maybe like get rid of some entirely. Like, that's my zero draft. So step two, identifying my non-word count based goal, is that I want to successfully complete a first draft of this project. I actually want to reach the end. I want to have a solid story with a plot line that makes sense, with subplots that are helping the main story and kind of solving themselves in their own rights, with characters whose motivations are as clear as I can make them at this point in time. But basically, I want it to feel like a complete story when it's done, and not 40,000 haphazard words going in this sort of direction. Now, if this means that I end up writing a fresh new 75,000 words instead of just the 50,000, then gosh dang it, that's what I want it to be. I want a first draft done by November 30th. By the way, that's the sound clip I'm gonna use if I fail and or to motivate myself throughout NaNoWriMo. It's just the certainty it's happening. Now, usually my non-word count based goals are something like exploring a genre I've never tried before, like in the instance of Nano 2017, or trying to write multiple point of view characters, as was the case with my Scooby-Doo meets Princess Bride story that I wrote during some of the camps. But this time, it's just a first draft, a semi-solid first draft. And actually, because of those two steps that I've identified, the rest of my prep is going to be interesting. A little bit different, because it's going to include a reread, and that is step three. I need to really analyze what went wrong for Project Death's zero draft, but also like what went right. What do I want to really lean into in this next draft? What parts of the story do I want to explore more? What parts of the story make for the most interesting story? And that might mean potentially keeping 20,000 words of the 40,000 words, or it might mean having to keep the characters but scrapping the actual plot. And basically, I'm setting this all up for step four, which is to construct a timeline. After that, I'm going to be doing things like constructing a map of my fantasy world, to maybe dabbling in creating mood boards for my characters. I've never done that before. Curating a playlist for the overall story, maybe something for each specific act, as well as writing letters to myself for specific NaNoWriMo situations and or days that just routinely kick my butt, like the infamous day 10. Don't know what it is, but every day 10. And also coming up with a survival kit and basically just anything else that I think I can do during October that will make the writing of the first draft as smooth as possible. Because, of course, for the third year in a row, I will be making daily NaNoWriMo vlogs. Oh! My skulls! And the vlogs are always so much fun for me to come back to and look back at, especially now. Like, I made all those daily vlogs for Project Purple, and I'm hoping to be querying that soon. So it's just gonna be so cool, and it's always fun to see what kind of path I thought I was going to start on day one, and then where I end up on day 30. Though I guess this time, if I really prep a timeline and stick with it, potentially I'll know where I'll be at. This whole thing's going to be fascinating. As someone who doesn't usually plan like this, I don't really know what to expect. But that being said, daily NaNoWriMo vlogs are a lot of work on top of trying to get the 1,667 words a day, and of course working on other projects, because I will be working on the third book in the Meridian Map series during this time. So I'm trying to make this as smooth as possible. That's all the reasons I figured this month was the best month for me to prep in full, for me to really try. I guess if you made it this far into the video and you don't know what NaNoWriMo is, I will leave a link down below to this wonderful organization. You should absolutely check it out if you enjoy writing. I recommend giving it a go. I have made lifelong friends from participating in NaNoWriMo, not including the ones I've met during authortube and making vlogs, but like I've been participating since the 7th freaking grade, and yeah, NaNoWriMo is near and dear to my heart, and I always recommend everyone give it a shot. I haven't won all the years, but I've enjoyed participating in all of them. All right, and now I guess all that's left to do is actually go announce my project on the NaNoWriMo website. Let's take this computer over to the desk, shall we? Yeah. I don't know why I'm so nervous now. Just excited. So we are going to sign in. You can see my username if you want to be my friend. Red is gonna write. My NaNoWriMo. Projects. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's announce the new project. What is the name of your project? So I'm gonna keep it like what I had back down here when I had it for my Camp NaNoWriMo project, and we're gonna just call it Project Death. What is the project status? Prepping. Oh my gosh, I love this new NaNoWriMo website. How much privacy do you want? Let's just go ahead and make this baby public. It is a novel. I love that they have the options, because who knows, might do a screenplay at some point. Associate with NaNoWriMo 2019, that's right. Okay, on to your goal. Because you've chosen NaNoWriMo 2019, some information cannot be edited, that's fine. That's very cool, because I'm excited to see with this new website how they make the changes for Camp NaNoWriMo next time. So 50,000 words is my official goal, that's the NaNoWriMo goal, and on to details. Now this is interesting. What is the current total world count? I have a lot of worlds. I think I'm gonna leave that at 0 until I figure out how many words I'm gonna keep, because oftentimes I just do a full rewrite, so none of the words are kept except in like specific paragraph chunks where I was like, wow, I did a really good job here. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna keep it at 0 for now. And it is a young adult fantasy. And I'm gonna come back to the project summary and the add an excerpt thing. That's gonna be part of my prep. Oh my gosh, there's a project's Pinterest you can add and the project playlist. How freaking cool. Okay, well I feel like this confirms for me that I should work on making a legit playlist for this project and potentially a Pinterest board if I want to do that instead of mood boards. So thank you NaNoWriMo, you are amazing. Let's go ahead and save this project. He's alive. Oh my gosh, yay! Look at that, prepping, yes! All right, I'm announced, everything is done and ready, and I'm so excited. So I've mentioned in other videos before when I've talked about Preptober or like the lead up to Camp NaNoWriMo's why I choose a non-word count goal to go along with my word count goal, and that's just because I feel like you can never predict what's gonna happen within any month, and I think it also gives people a way to participate in NaNoWriMo even if they know they can't hit the 50,000 words. If you have a specific non-word count goal that you're working toward, like you're trying to improve a specific skill set, whether that's dialogue or description, or you're doing something you've never done before, and that can be something as easy as just working on a sequel novel or things like that. I think there's something about having that in mind that always helps. Words aren't everything, and this is coming from someone who likes to measure my, you know, 0 draft progress and even my first draft progress based on how many words I've written for a day, but words aren't everything. And so that's why I think it's so good to have that non-word count based goal. And so that's gonna be my question to y'all. Please do comment down below. Let me know what your non-word count based goal is for the month. Let me know if let's talk about words instead now. Quick pivot. Let me know if you're trying to aim for more or less than the 50,000 words. Let me know if you are ready to start prepping. Let me know what your prep looks like. Does it look a little bit different than mine? Does it look the same as mine? If you are a prepper, let me know something that you've done before that's really helped you, because this really does feel like my first time trying this in earnest, and I just have so much to learn, and I'm so excited to kind of like fumble my way through it up until November 1st, and I'm so excited. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you especially to some of my new patrons this month. Mary Walkin Fuss, Fire a Unicorn, Danielle Sobey, Nina and Yvonne, Hannah Loader, and Riddle Writes, and I will see y'all all very soon with a new video. Bye. My light went away, but that's okay. Where is the sun? Da 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 da, there is no sun. Come back, please. Okay. Excuse me. And anything else else that I think could potentially aid me during the writing